Why am I here?
There's only one way I can do this video without insulting someone's husband, or at least making it look like I'm a creep, and that I have to involve you in this.
I'm here for like collateral.
You are. No, you're here as you're an insurance policy.
Yeah,
just in case everyone thought I was going to be super creep. This is Paige VanZant going full nude on her OnlyFans. Check it. She's looking cool, right?
Yeah.
So she probably makes 150 grand a month now.
Good for her.
Just saying.
Not happening.
All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. Now listen here, okay? If you're gonna do a video about another man's wife on OnlyFans, you better lead that thing off showing said naked other guy's wife to your wife, because somehow that makes you not a creep. I don't make the rules, dude. I don't make the rules. That's just science. If I'm willing to show it to my wife, it means I'm not being a creep, you know? So yeah, that's why I brought Gabrielle on and I showed it to Gabrielle, because Paige VanZant done gone nude on OnlyFans. And congratulations to her and Austin. Let me just lead this video off with that, because we're going to briefly touch on Paige VanZant's OnlyFans, and then I'm going to use this as an opportunity to talk about OnlyFans in general, because I have some funny things to say. I think they're funny. So yeah, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. We switch it up around here. Yesterday, I'll just drop the most brilliant strategy of all time for the 155-pound division. You know, a week before that, I'll completely take the mask off and just like cry about how much I love MMA. Go watch the TJ Dillashaw Shocks the World video and be like, who's this guy? I also have a documentary on here called Jesse on Fire Startup, where you'll get to see what I'm actually like. But right now, I'm just gonna do some stand-up. Not stand-up, but you know, I'm gonna talk about OnlyFans. And I think it's gonna be funny. So anyway, let's talk about Paige VanZant, because let's actually talk about simping. Me simping. Because I've only simped once. Not true. I had only simped once, except for one other time I simped that was a secret, until I realized I should probably tell that story because it'll be really funny. All right, so the first time I simped was on Paige VanZant, because I couldn't believe it. I was like, there's no way, okay? Now, just full disclosure, Paige is like, she's obviously super hot. Not like, I like Italian girls. Paige is like, you know, Paige's like an all-American, but like, she's obviously a beautiful girl, but she's married to a dude who could beat the shit out of me, and like, I feel kind of weird, like simping on a girl that's, you know what I mean? Like, just felt weird, but I was like, I can't believe she's doing an OnlyFans. This is crazy. I'm curious enough that I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. I also knew I would make a video on it, just like I knew I was gonna make this one as soon as I saw that she went full nude. But, yeah, I mean, I looked, I was like, damn, she's really hot. She's not nude. I'm unsurprised, right? And then we got into the part where they start trying to trap you into buying things, right? So that's what's hilarious about OnlyFans. Diego and Josh must have really almost captured this, okay? So this is I know this to be true because the Paige VanZant thing and this other girl that I'm going to talk about in a second, it was exactly the same, okay? So what they do is they get you to subscribe, right? So it's like, here, subscribe to my exclusive pictures. And they'll, of course, imply like, you want the nudity, it's just right behind this paywall. Gosh, I'm just so tired and I'm just so sweaty and naked on the other side of this paywall, but I don't know. Whew. I'm sure you don't have the balls to buy the picture though, so it's fine. I'll just be here by myself. It's fine. I'm sure you don't have the balls. And you're like, actually, so let me rewind. That's what it's like for the other girl, right? This other one that I actually couldn't help myself, okay? But Paige is just kind of like, okay, I'm curious. But so, you know, they get you subscribe, and there's some kind of, you know, good enough pictures that it implies like there might be some really good pictures behind this. Now, you guys might remember a little incident where Joshua Fabia started OnlyFans with Diego Sanchez. Now, you remember some of those titles? Don't you want to see this tight butt? Bet you do. Bet you do. Can you see what I'm about to do with this stick? Can you imagine the things I could do with this stick? Because I could probably fit it down my throat. I could probably sit on it and make it disappear. I'm just kidding, he didn't say those things. But basically, that's what he was implying. It's like, what do you think I'm gonna do with this stick, huh? You think I'm gonna find a bad man? You think I'm gonna make it disappear? Is that what you wanna do? Maybe I'll just beat someone with it. I'm a violent man. A violent man that's down to make it hurt in a bunch of different ways. Doesn't matter how you wanna make it hurt. I can make it hurt all those ways. And you're like, damn, I wonder what's behind the paywall. Could it be a sex show with Diego and some stranger? That's the implication, right? So you remember those? Okay, well, so it's funny when it's Josh Fabia doing it about Diego and Diego doesn't know. That's funny, right? That's funny. So what I learned when I did it with this other person, again, I'm sounding like I'm talking about Paige VanZant, but I'm not, right? The Paige VanZant one, I was curious, I looked, she looks hot, cool, she's not actually naked, the end, right? This other one, right? This other girl I've never admitted to anyone that I actually simped on. So she is a fitness model who is, she's like the only girl I've ever seen that I was like, I think she might actually be almost as sexually attractive as my wife. Like really, like she's actually painful to look at. And when I found out she had an OnlyFans, I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do with that. There's no way that she's nude on it, right? So I Google searched it, you know, it was like blah, 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 nude. And I saw one that was, and I was like, so I knew behind the paywall was nudity. And I was like, oh my God, I don't think I'm strong enough to not do this. I don't think I have the willpower to hold out. And so this is the thing about those, don't you want to see what I could do with this stick? It's ridiculous when it's Diego and Josh doing it, right? But when it's the girl that you're like, oh my God, I can't even imagine what she must look like naked. You're like, you read those same stupid headlines and your, lizard brain, like the male lizard brain, you're all, like everything I made fun of Josh Fabia for, I was like, oh my God, I actually think I have to buy this, right? So I subscribed, right? I subscribed. And it was like, well, if you really want the good stuff, the really good stuff, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more. You're almost there. See, look at these, some hot lingerie pictures. But there's more, but you would have to pay. You would just have to pay a little bit more. And you look and you're like, this photo album, like this is what it's like, right? They literally prey on the tiny brain of dudes, right? It's like, this one is hot and sandy. It took me hours to get all the sand out of my sheets. You're all, God damn, I wonder what she was doing in the sand. But I'm not that curious about that one. Then it's like, ooh, would never post this one on Instagram, $10. And you're like, $10? It can't be anything that good, right? Can't be anything. Then eventually you'll find like a photo album. It's like, basically just directly is like, I'm definitely 100% naked in this one. And it's $25. You're like, Jesus. Okay, you understand like how much shit that I just like want to buy every day for $25? I'm like, I'm not paying fucking $25 for that. I look at shoes that I want that are $25. I'm like, nah, it's too much money. And I bought that shit like it was nothing. I was like, boop, whoop, no problem. Bam, 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 just as good as I expected. And then I felt regret instantly. I was like, oh man, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe that I paid for that. Like, it's just embarrassing. Like, what was I doing? And then I went and canceled the membership immediately. I was like, I'm never doing that again. I am not that kind of guy that pays to look at hot girls naked. And I never was before, nor will I be since. So then they start sending you messages, right? So that's like, you'll get an email. It's all, this girl it has a direct message for you. You're like, obviously I know it's not actually her doing it, but they just bait you over and over and over. Oh my God. I don't even want to say the things that are behind it because it's so embarrassing that you actually fall for it. It's like, oh no. And you're like, fucking A. I can't believe I'm going to do this again. I can't fucking believe I'm going to do this again. And then you do it again. She got me twice, okay? I paid $25 for a photo reel. And then I spent $15 on a short video of her brushing her teeth naked, okay? That's a true story. That's a fucking true story. And she looked bananas hot, dude. Bananas hot. But that's what they get you with, okay? That is OnlyFans. It's this like, they know exactly what kind of idiot you are because every guy is that idiot. So here's the point. Paige VanZant is probably making so much money, it's hard to even wrap your brain around, okay? Because look at this. In case you guys didn't see the girl from the first scene, my wife is the hottest chick on earth, okay? She looks better naked than any girl on the face of the planet. And so if me, who has that on call anytime I want, it's like, oh, I could pay $25 for this, or I could just go have sex with like a better looking girl and I still pay for that. Can you imagine? I'm serious. Like, so dudes who like, simp on people, like I'm sure in your mind, you're like, well, if I had one of those at home, then of course I would never simp. Well, apparently I'm disproving that, dude, because I did, okay? And I felt the same shame that you did. So much shame that I'm talking about it on YouTube publicly. See, when I say I feel shame, I don't. I have no shame about anything. I never had shame about a goddamn thing. That's why I'm telling you that I did it. Now, the only reason I'm not telling you the name of this girl is because she doesn't really advertise it publicly, you know, like, which is kind of bizarre. It just makes me think that maybe she's got family members that she doesn't want to know about it. But I don't know. I swear, like, again, like, I can't exaggerate how hot this chick is. And again, I will make very clear, she's not as hot as my wife, but she is in close second. This is her name. Oh, you can't see it. But yeah, that's her. Okay. Aloha Angelica. So there you go. You guys can go simp on her too if you want. I felt horrible about myself afterwards, but she is nude. It's just very expensive. Also, Paige VanZant, also naked. Probably more interesting than Aloha Angelica since everybody knows who she is and she's like an actual professional fighter. You know, I don't know. This video is off the fucking rails, but it's kind of exactly what I expected. So anyway, no shame in my game, son. Absolutely no shame in my game. None. Nunzo. And yeah, I actually have absolutely no hesitation telling you that my wife is definitely hotter than her and better looking naked. And nonetheless, I still paid, you know. I still paid like a buster. Anyway, that's what I got. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Peace.